bard must be versed in both music and song, but a stage performer requires far more skills than just these. Hey, don't you think we should invite her over to put on a show at the next Windbloom Festival? Huh? You want me to talk about how she saved Fontaine? Well, I mean, she's such a talented artiste, it's no wonder. I wouldn't be surprised even if she'd saved the entire world.
For 5 centuries, I dueled the Raiden Shogun in my personal realm of consciousness to confirm the steadfastness of my will. Yet this Furina you speak of, though possessing only a frail human body, committed herself to acting out her part every second of every day for 500 years. A true battle of the spirit. Her willpower has indeed reached the level of a god.
People often say that wisdom isn't about what you know, but knowing what you can change. It is beyond question that the prophecy was carved into ermine so long ago. And while it may look like nothing has changed, it also seems like everything has. I think we both know her to be smart enough to turn the fate of the world around.
She made a contract with her own self to save the nation. Strictly adhered to it for over 5 centuries without once wavering, and even fooled the heavenly principles in the end. I have great respect for approaches to justice that place exacting demands not only on others, but also on the self. Though her divinity has vanished, and the throne of the Archon is no more, Furina will go down in Fontaine's history as a god of justice worthy of recognition.
Nothing will stop me from rendering judgment on each of the 7. As the Archon who won the authority of Geo, Deus Ori must be called to trial. If one does not wish to see us on opposite sides of a conflict, they need not worry, for I intend to stay in Fontaine for the foreseeable future, which could well mean another 400 years. As another point of consolation, even when the trial eventually takes place, it is still not a given that the judgment will lead to a physical confrontation. I shall fulfill my vow to judge all of the 7 in turn, even if the sky should fall and the ground give way. As the recipient of the authority of Animo, the god of breeze and hope must also stand trial. He spends most of his time being a harmless drunkard. Well, even so, I must meet him for myself and proceed from there. As a survivor of the dragon race who has regained my full dragonhood, I must fulfill my oaths and obligations, even if it means returning all the water in the oceans back to the heavens. In taking the authority of Electro, the Narukami placed herself on the list of the usurpers. She will... Oh, you say she has isolated herself in the plane of Euthymia, and now rarely appears in public. Then I shall pay her a visit in another few centuries. Though the day will come when I put her on trial, I must commend the god of verdure on her sense of responsibility. Few things are without flaws in this world, but the devotion and benevolence she displays are a testament to her commitment to continued progress. I felt enormous regret when I learned of the mistreatment she has endured over the past 500 years. Now the curtain has finally fallen on her performance. The character she portrayed was an imaginary one, yet in playing that role, she fulfilled her duties. Though she is meek and full of doubt by nature, she was able to use madness to stiffen her resolve and see her duty through to its conclusion. The work that she has done over the centuries is truly immense. If she were to ever make a return to the stage, I should personally attend the performance and give her my heartfelt applause. Yes, I must do so when the opportunity arises.
They say that people who have lost their sense of joy are like withered flowers. I, of course, must continue to blossom for as long as possible. So it falls to you to entertain me with a thrilling conversation. I like it a lot. The view here is amazing wherever you look, and the weather is quite pleasant. One would be hard-pressed to find a better location for a vacation. I had no idea that you'd purchased such an enormous plot of land. And it's amazing what you've done with the place. You must have put a lot of time and thought into it. Oh, I remember now. Some kind of mystic art from Liyue, was it? However did they do it? I'd really love to take this teapot apart and learn more about it. Although, I'm not too confident that I'd be able to put it back together correctly afterwards. On second thought, forget I said anything. This place is truly fascinating. It seems to be brimming with infinite possibilities. The only downside is how quiet and secluded it is. Don't you ever get lonely living here by yourself? There must be a way you could liven things up a little here. Oh, yes! How about hosting a ball here? I'm sure Fontaine's social elite would jump at the chance to fraternize with you. They'd flock here in droves, and everyone would be singing and dancing to their heart's content. Oh, I see. Then, in that case, let's organize a smaller scale private dance. You don't need to invite throngs of people or put up fancy decorations. We can simply let the world be our stage and dance whenever and wherever the mood takes us. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Take some initiative. 'Twould be my pleasure. You do know how to dance, don't you? All right, just take my hand. Now, relax your arms a little and stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Once we start, just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Don't worry, I'm the brightest star in all of Fontaine. You're in good hands. Good morning. That came around quickly. I must have slept exceptionally well last night. Shall we head out and have some fun today? Good night. I often find that in the stillness of the night, all my troubles come back to haunt me. You know what? I'm not going to dwell over them anymore. Let's just get some rest.